music, how much of it doesn't get listened to?
Pretty much all of it. If it's on AIM, everything gets listened to. I mean,
Right.
CDs nowadays, like, you know, I've got some CDs tonight for some guys, and that'll probably get a listen to. Like I said, some folk will sign off the back of CD, but AIM, if it comes through the AIM box, we listen to it straight away.
Right. You've worked with GQ for a long time now. What makes him the right MC to be alongside you?
Well, I'll answer that one.
He's the best man to answer.
No,
I think tonight is self-evident, but he can give you the answer.
Self-evident, why not vote GQ for president? You know what I mean? I think that me and him's got a good rapport when we work. You know what I mean? We've been working together for years. We was both a unique artists, you know what I mean? And then we split up. He went over to Coda, I went over to Echolocation.
Yeah.
And, you know, then I ended up leaving Echolocation and going over to Coda. And then we started working a lot back together again, and you know what I mean, I just think we kind of cement really well. I mean, you know, over the years that I've been in this thing now, I'd like to think, well actually I know that I've worked with majority of the DJs, you know what I mean, from Groove to Fabs to, like, the list is like, it's endless, you know what I mean? And you know, I love working with them guys still, but we just kind of like, I don't know, we really just kind of like cement, and we just kind of like, we get on really well, we understand each other. And you know, we just do our thing, and it works beautifully. Do you know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing.
I think it's terrible. As often as we work together, you know, G knows when I'm going to break it down, when I'm going to bring it up, when I'm going to drop tunes, and it's a great working environment. Plus, we're good pals. You know what I mean? So it's like we go away a lot, and you know, there's a great relationship there, man.
I think it's important as well. I've got to say, do you know what I mean? As an MC and all that, and you know, I've got 19 years in this game now, so no one not telling me nothing. Right? That you got to kind of like, you know, you have different kinds of MCs, yeah.
I was going to ask, what do you think makes a good MC?
I think what makes a good MC is an MC who understands the music.
Right.
That's what makes a really good MC, because if you understand music, then you know there's certain parts of the tune, you know what I mean, if you're reading the crowd, that they might actually want to hear that part and not you just be rambling on over it. You know what I mean? You know, I respect every artist, every MC for their style and that. You know what I mean? But I think that, you know, if you understand music, because I've had the record label, you know what I mean, and I know music really, really well, like study beats and things like that, I kind of know, well I think, you know, I know that where people would like to hear the tune, where there's a little bit of space, you know, so you just let the music breathe a little bit, instead of just kind of like going on and on, do you know what I mean? It's not really a competition, you're working together.
It's a compliment.
You know what I mean? And you've got to kind of like compliment each other, do you know what I mean? You know, the MC, a lot of the MCs, you know what I mean? You know, everybody's different in their thing, and I'd like to think that I'd like to kind of be a bit unique and be different with my thing. And I mean, like, for 19 years, it's a long time to still be in the thing and doing my thing.
And he's still looking fresh.
And I'm, you know what I mean? Still looking fresh. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool, you know what I mean? To still be here after all that time with all the new guys come in, and you know what I mean, and still kind of like be cemented, and you know what I mean, kind of like see myself a little bit as like an ambassador for the MCs, and to say like, you know what I mean, kind of, you know, someone come up to me and say, "Boy, Gary, you know what? You're the grandfather, you know." I was like, "Brother, I don't know about that." I don't know about that, but you know what? Like, thanks anyway. You know what I mean? But you know, I've seen a lot of things change. You know what I mean? You know, the whole scene go through so much transition, you know, over the years. It's like just really cool to still be there and still getting inspired and being innovated by, you know what I mean, the music and that. So, you know, like I said, you know what I mean, it's a beautiful thing, like, to still be doing my thing.
Andy, you've mentioned in the past that you like playing longer sets because it gives you a chance to play a diverse selection of tunes. There's a huge amount of drum and bass being produced at the moment. Do you think there's too much? Is it a case of quantity over quality at the moment?
There's never too much, man. You'll find that in any kind of music. You know, the quality control and the quality over quantity is for the DJ to decide.
Right.
So, you know, the amount of time we get tonight in this Club Digital, we've had 90 minutes. And as you probably saw me up there, I'm like racing to get all the tunes on, because in my box I bring out 2 boxes of records. I always bring out too many, and I can never decide what ones to play. But I don't think you can ever have enough. And the beauty about drum and bass, you know, it's a massive story being told by many people in many different styles within the genre, right? So my job as a DJ and what I like doing is, because I like all styles, is liking to give a piece, you know, a bit of time to each of them different styles. So the longer the set, the better, because I can let more tunes breathe that way and bring in more styles. That's why I like longer sets, because I like the whole spectrum. I don't just go down one road and like one specific style within the scene. I think there's many different styles, and they've all got their great tunes within them.
Excellent. This is quite specific, but The End in London, that's a huge influential club. It's all coming to an end now.
Yeah,
how
it's never been more appropriate.
That's I think that's going to affect.
Massive.
It's going to affect a lot of people, man.
It's,
I mean, you know,
It's so intimate down there.
Yeah, this
It's
is what
like
I'm
home.
saying.
It's like there isn't any other. It's like it's got this massive international reputation, and people don't understand when they go there for the first time. Maybe they realise, wow, it's not as big as I thought. It could, for the reputation that it's got.
Sure.
It's not some mad big super club. You know, thousands of people. It's intimate vibes.
That's the beauty
and it's got
about
a speciality.
that club, you know what I
about
mean?
it.
It's the intimacy about it. And, you know, I don't think that I've ever gone down the end in all the years that I've worked in there and it's been open, you know, and had a rubbish night. You know what I mean? I mean, whether it's, you know, Ram doing the thing over there or if it's Renegade Hardware or whoever's doing their thing in there, it's got a little unique flavour to it. And it's going to be a real great shame that place is going to be no longer there, do you know what I mean? It's still, even the other day we was in there and it's just unbelievable because when you look at the place, it's still, everything's still set. You know, and you think, oh, they're going to go knock this down. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I can't comprehend it.
We got our last party on the 19th of December. We put the tickets on sale this week. They sold out in 7 minutes.
That's impressive.
Do you know what I mean?
You know,
that shows you the love for that club, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh my God. And when they announced that it was going to be over, I looked at my diary and I had 4 times down. We had 3 Rams and we did the back-to-back with Marky for 6 hours. And it didn't really sink in, you know, and over the past couple, it's like, you know, I'm standing there and I'm watching it and I'm thinking, it's going to leave a massive hole in London club life, not just for drum and bass, but all other genres. Laurent Garnier will go down there and play for 12 hours. So, like, last time he was down there, he played for 12 hours. You know, Lau and Bushwhacker would do their nights down there, like G said, Renegade and all the other. It can never be replaced, and it's like, you know, G, when he was down at AWA at Paradise Club, you know, with all the guys down there, when that ended, we thought that could never be replaced and it's the end of the scene. But something always rises from the ashes. So as much as it's going to be missed and we're all going to, you know, we're going to be sad that it's gone, I'm sure in a year or 2 time, something else will rise from the ashes. So, you know, we just have to remember the good memories that we've all got from it and appreciate that the club was there and we had a good time with it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still going to be pissed off though.
Okay, we've kept you for a while, so we'll wrap it up. What's coming next for you guys?
A long fucking drive home.
I mean, Andy's doing his things, you know what I mean? I'm doing my things. I've got like...
What's happening with MC at the moment?
MC's been sleeping a little bit, but there's a few catalogue of tunes. I went and got a started by studio. Been renting out a studio, me and Danny Wheeler. You know, Danny's been in the studio for about a year and a half. You know what I mean? I've been in there, well, probably about a year. Danny's been in there. Yeah. And then I've got to link Tim and then, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like, we share the studio together. We've been making some tunes. You know, some drum and bass, some broken beats, some different things. Just kind of exploring music. And there's a little catalogue starting to build up of drum and bass tunes. And when I'm ready, you know what I mean, which will be pretty soon for next year, do you know what I mean, MC will be awakened again. You know, I'm a kind of man, I don't like to do things by halves. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes, you know, I want to ignite it with some fire. You know what I mean? And just get it rolling again. So that's happening, you know what I mean, in the studio. Got loads of artists coming through, keyboard players, guitarists, drummers, you know what I mean? And we're just, you know what I mean, we're just in the pop, man.
GQ in the big band.
Yeah, just flinging me in
the next summer.
And what about Ram?
Well, we've just had the Chase and Status album.
They'd be running for another 20 years, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
We've got the next single coming, Against All Odds, with Kano, and then moving into next year's Sub Focus LP, Culture Shock example. Myself on the road, we're out in Australia in January. The DJing takes up a hell of a lot of life. You know, I've got my little daughter, just been born, so I'm just, you know, juggling.
Yeah, and my daughter as well. Imani, I've got to give her a shout, otherwise she'll kill me if I don't.
Our 2 little girls.
Imani, I love you, baby.
But I'm just working, you know, it's got some great people around. So Ram family's expanded so big now. If you look at the last Ram at the end, we're covering 3 rooms. We've got 28 artists, I think, that are covering the whole label, you know. So the family is massive and it's expanded. So it's busy times, you know. Personally, I'm out on the road. Other than that, I'm just, you know, listening to people tunes, A&R. And, you know, if next year is as good as the previous years,
as my mum says, you know what I mean, God spare life and all that for about for next year. You know what I mean? Just watch out for some new projects, man.
Okay, AndyC GQ, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Very much. You know what I mean?